Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. I'm Andre over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and of course our official website, Stephen Knight Show. If you'd rather watch us, go to our YouTube channel. All right, so Adele truly is one of one when it comes to her style of singing. And the Rolling in the Deep singer recently opened up about her ability to portray sadness in her music in a way other artists may not be able to. In a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Adele revealed that her sad girl personality has contributed to her being able to emotionally connect with her music. So much, Adele says, that other artists can't sing and surely cannot emulate her emotes. She said, I think that I am an incredibly sad person, and I think I inherited a lot of sadness, and I think that I'm a real empath, and I'm a real feeler, and I can't move on from things very easily. That's like I got a hollow legs, but it's just filled with the things that I think I'm getting over, and I think I haven't affected me. It hadn't affected me or things. Pretty much what she said was that people can't sing her song because she wrote the songs, so no one can sing the songs to the ability that she can because she wrote them. But of course, social media wasted no time, and they posted her covering songs, and it's out now. Adele. So but people said now she ate on the songs that she covered. But do you think that there is something to what you embody in a song when you write it, Chike?
Of course. I do believe that, especially if you wrote it and it comes from a personal place, the delivery is going to be there because you're connected to it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes with certain artists, when they record it, like the first time that they record it, probably will be the best time and the only time you're going to get that kind of performance from it, because it's that magical. Other people can do other people's songs and it sounds okay, but she has a point. I mean, no one will sound like her because it's truly an Adele song.
Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody singing Unbreak My Heart? And they're never going to put on it what Tony puts on it. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Unbreak
Respect.
My Heart. Unbreak My Heart was originally written for Syleena Johnson. But I'll go back to I Will Always Love You. Dolly Parton wrote that song, and it went #1 for her in the 70s. But when Whitney touched it.
True. However, but I have an argument for that one. It gained commercial success because Whitney Houston sung it.
Right.
But it doesn't sound the same because Dolly Parton wrote it and she sang it differently. It has a different kind of hurt to it.
Yeah. And Whitney sang it from a end of a relationship. Dolly sang it from a relationship, but it was a business partner relationship.
Yes.
So her long-term collaborator, they had moved on, and that's why she wrote that song. So it's interesting how people can, what they take from a song. Linnea, what are your thoughts on this?
As with music, the person that it comes from, and Chike said it, in that moment, and while that song was created, just like with an actor, I'm feeling whatever I felt in that moment to connect it to whatever I'm about to sing or whatever I'm about to act out. There's the connection.
Yeah.
Different people, like how you guys are talking about Whitney and Dolly Parton. Dolly sung it for her intent.
Right.
Was for a completely different reason than Whitney's intent was. Just like how the thing with Mary J. Blige, like, when she was going through it, because them records back in the day, child.
Yeah.
Mary had us in a chokehold because we felt it.
Exactly.
Like, we felt it.
Yeah.
So certain artists who when they're going through something because their music is about to be fire.
Yeah.
Or when they're happy and they're in a different space that reflects in the music that they give to us. But a majority of us, because we're so used to that rawness, like, damn, I wish she was hurt, but I don't want her to be hurt. But that's when she really gave it to me, and I was not gonna cry. Yeah, listen, let me tell you something. but then again, and Chike get this joke when I said, then when you find out that we've been doing surprise, surprise, that lady done stole all Dionne Warwick songs.
I was disgusted when I heard that.
And the fact that Dionne Warwick posted the shade,
posted it.
But I love it.
Yeah.
What I love. So, but think about it. Back in the day, when Black artists did songs, who would come in and steal the song,
make it a #1 hit,
and make it a #1 hit because they had the the machine.
Yep.
Perfect example. The Little Richard documentary is out on HBO, and the person that they would always give his songs to was Pat Boone, and it's like mayonnaise, sriracha. Big difference.
Oh, it's true. It's true. It's very true. Especially back then. If you remember, what was the movie? Dreamgirls. Remember when Eddie Murphy had that song, and then it went to the white gentleman to sing it?
Yep.
#1 hit. #1 hit. All right. Well, yeah, I do think interpretation is a big thing, because Dolly Parton had, I think her "I Always Love You" went #1 twice with her rendition, but we all know her from Whitney Houston because of her success in the movie. But I do think there's something to it when you write the song, because what you're getting across.
That connection is different.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, a 26-year-old woman is in police custody after attempting to wipe Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s home off the map. Local Atlanta police arrested Lanisha Shatrice Henderson on December 7th outside the historic site in Auburn Avenue. She was charged with a criminal attempt for arson and criminal attempt to interface the government property. So apparently she was at the location, and it's interesting. I saw it on the news last week. They have closed that location because they're going to do some remodeling of the location, Martin Luther King's childhood home. And she was on there. She had a 5-gallon can of gas.
Gas can.
And she was pouring it on the home, and she was pouring it on the shrubbery beside it. And 2 gentlemen who were visiting from out of state, they saw her and they stopped her. But she was arrested and detained, and she was treated for mental illness. They said that she wasn't aggressive when they stopped her, but definitely something was going on. And her family has said that she suffers from mental illness. And the first question someone asked me, was she Black? She was Black. What are your thoughts, Lanier? I know we can't always know what's going on with someone mentally ill, but what was the goal?
Of all the places,
right,
you wanting to do something. And every time I come to Atlanta, that's one of the places that I visit, because every time I go, this overwhelming sense comes over me when I visit that house.
Yeah.
That's why I go every time I go to Atlanta. And then when I go to the church, I just get this overwhelming sense of emotion. And of all the things for you, and I mean, she was throwing the gas on the porch, on the bushes. And I'm just like, and who stopped her? It was two cops, but they were on vacation, visiting Atlanta, and somebody else was filming, who managed to wrangle her until Atlanta PD got there. And I just don't understand, of all the places you could have done that to. You get what I know we can't explain mental illness, but it's a whole lot of other places you could have went to do that. If you wanted to make a point, I don't know, but not there.
Right.
They're already trying to erase our history. They are erasing our history bit by bit. Not there. Yeah.
Chicken, what are your thoughts about the story?
First of all, I'm gonna just tell you straight up. I was so angry at the fact that she was a Black woman. It made me so angry.
Yeah.
And Has it made it to national monument status?
Yeah, that's why she's facing some major charges.
That's why she's facing federal charges. Like that's the church, and the memorial that's out there.
So I heard mental illness, but I do know in the legal world, people use mental illness sometimes to get out of getting certain charges. I'm not saying that the woman's not ill. I'm just saying if she is mentally ill, I hope they get her some help. If she's using it as a farce, I want them to throw the book at her. Like Linnea said, we don't have too much of our history anyway.
Nope.
And you want to destroy it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is a little aside. DeSantis debated Governor Newsom in California, I think last week.
Yes.
He tore him up.
He
said, you are trying to erase Black, LGBT. He said, you're not even doing it because you care. You're doing it because you're trying to make a point. And watch that. It's on TikTok.
You know, they want him to run for president.
Yeah, he should. I think he should.
He like, nah. I get why he don't want to.
Yeah, not this year, not this cycle, but I think in 2028 he should definitely run. All right, so Diddy's name has been making headlines for the last few weeks. Another lawsuit involving a Bad Boys record head has hit the news. Another woman, this is the fourth person, has accused Diddy of sexual assault in the last month. Has filed a lawsuit alleging that she was raped by Diddy and two other men in a recording studio in 2023. 2003, I'm sorry. In the filing obtained by Rolling Stone, the then 17-year-old Jane Doe alleges that she was given copious amounts of drugs and alcohol before being taken across state lines 2 decades ago. The woman alleged that she was out with a friend at a lounge in Detroit when she was approached by Diddy's long-time associate, Harvey Pierre. Pierre allegedly told the woman that Diddy would love to meet her, invited her on an impromptu trip to New York on a private jet. The lawsuit alleges that the private jet took the teen, Pierre, and another unidentified man to the airport in New Jersey, where there was an SUV waiting to transport to Daddy's house recording studio. The teen alleges that she was given drugs and alcohol, and things became a blur before Diddy allegedly took her into the bathroom, removed her skirt, underwear, and penetrated her from behind. The suit alleges that Diddy and Harvey switched places, and Diddy watched from the chair as Harvey penetrated her as well. Diddy has released a statement denying the allegations, saying that people are trying to destroy his reputation while looking for a payout. Now, mind you, he released a statement saying enough is enough, and he went on saying again the people were trying to get a payout, and then this story broke after that. So, Linnea, do you see Diddy coming back from all this?
What I really want to say, I'm not going to say. So I'm going to say this. People are going to come out the woodworks at this point.
Yeah.
It ain't even got to be true. People are going to come out of the woodwork at this point. How you decipher whether or not it's true, I don't know how they're going to do that, because, and actually, that statute of limitation, didn't it expire already?
Yeah, November 30th.
It expired last month. So I saw a post and a girl was like, oh yeah, I'm about to get paid because, I was with him too. But I'm looking, you at the Palladium back then, and I ain't gonna hold you. I used to have fake ID too. So So you got to deal with stuff like that. Like, if you was under 21, what was you doing at the Palladium around that time? And then the fact of, this is why celebrities don't like taking pictures with people no more.
Right.
Because a picture can turn into, oh, he tried to do X, Y, and Z to me. So this is going to be a whole shit show for a long time. because they're gonna have to filter through what's real and what's not. Now you got everything else coming out about, oh, he might have killed Kim, all kinds. Listen, he ain't gonna be able to come back from this.
Yeah,
they're gonna take that.
And I think about Chingy. We had him on the show a few years ago, and his career suffered. He just took a picture with a transgender woman, not knowing who she was. She was a background dancer. Before he was on, and she went on and lied and said they had a relationship.
That they had sex,
and they didn't. And
I would assume. And
she later came back and said it didn't happen, but because it was already out there, and his career suffered. Suffered. Yeah. Chike, Diddy's coming back.
So, in my travels, I've come across this thing called a Buddha. A Buddha.
Oh.
Buddha. And I think that Sean John Combs and traveled around somewhere and somebody done put a root on it. And I think that it's going to be incredibly hard for him to shake what's been put on him. And I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. He done somebody wrong, and until he repents about it, cries out about it, to his very core, this is going to continue to ruin his life.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from this. He's forever changed. There's no coming back. The back is going to be different than what it was. He might as well find a new name while he's gone, because he's going to be something different.
What's interesting about it all is that not one person has said he wouldn't do this. Everyone else has come out and said, oh yeah, of course.
That's the question. That was the question. There was a conversation. And this chick was like, I ain't seen Mary. I ain't seen X, Y, and Z come out and say nothing.
Nope.
In support of this man. Mace just went on a whole freestyle about it at a show that just happened recently. Really like going ham.
Can I say this? For certain individuals, according to their proximity to certain situations, they're never going to say anything, because you would have to explain how and why you know this.
Yeah. Well, I was watching the show when they were talking about, he has 2 bodyguards have come out against him, and they were actually cited in Cassie's lawsuit. That's why they've come out. And someone said, well, they couldn't come out. They worked for the man. That was their job. So
but they don't work for him now, though.
Not now, right? Then that's why
they don't work for him now. So you don't come out now, right? But you wasn't a man back then.
Well, one said he's broken up fights. He's gotten involved, but they also said this, which I thought was interesting. If Cassie wasn't willing to come out, then why should they?
But why are you coming out now?
Because they were cited in the lawsuit.
I don't give 2 racks potatoes. You coming out now.
Also too, if you're contracted to somebody, you're legally bound. Right. And I'm sure a lot of people couldn't say anything during that time because they signed that paperwork.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen. Now it's a free fall. Good. What you about to say?
It's a free for all.
No, it is. It really is. Well, we can't go into the last story, but I want to say congratulations to Bronny James. He had his first game since he had cardiac arrest earlier this year. He played his first game. LeBron sung his praises and just proud of what he was able to do. They won the game. So shout out, it was scary. Can you imagine someone that young having cardiac arrest, but he seems to be back. He's been cleared. So we're definitely sending our well wishes and thoughts. Before we go, what are your final thoughts? 2023, season 13. Chike, I'll let you start first. What are your final thoughts for the year?
Oh, just blessings, man. That's the best thing I can come up with. You know, through it all, roundabout, up and down, in and out, you know, the creator's been there for me, for all
Amen.
of you, because we're all in a good space. We're still breathing, able to say hello and goodbye, you
Amen.
know, able to do ... you know what I mean? So, yeah, my final thoughts is thankfulness and gratefulness, man.
Amen. And Lania.
My final thought, I'm gonna break it up. Definitely blessings. I appreciate the opportunity to do this. Even when I didn't want to,
Right.
but that was because of my previous employer. But it's not a problem anymore. And I need to say to y'all, find your passion and your purpose. Because then that will enable you to move in a way that you've never moved before. That's it. And then my son will be 31 on the 20th. So happy birthday to my son. And I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And also going into 2024, I officially now have my own nonprofit called Let Our Voices Elevate, and it's going to center around mental health. The paperwork is completely done. Now I get to do the work. So
absolutely.
Everybody have a amazing holiday and a great new year.
Absolutely. Congratulations. And I want to say I'm very grateful for you both. Nair, he's with us, you know, he's traveling always. But I'm very grateful for you all and couldn't do it without you. I love you all. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, season's greetings. And we come back. We have movie reviews with Chika and Adam. Good night. Well, go back, right back. Right back after this.